everyone. So welcome again to our live stream. This is our third time and I hope there are more students to come. Those who were not here before, I hope they can be with us this time. Okay, so same thing. If you are here, please type your name, your ID number, and your section number. So by the way, I give the instruction, the detailed instruction to the middle class. So every time we have our live stream, before our live stream, I hope you guys check out the middle class for some announcement. And as well, those who submitted their notebooks, very good, everyone. But your leader forgot to take it back. So it's all in the office, close to my table, and if you have time next week, please get them so you have something to be used for our live stream. Okay, so welcome class 4/1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Yes. I haven't seen class 6 yet, but we can't prolong this or wait them for long. So we are going to start our lesson for today. And as usual, before we move to our discussion for next lesson, I would like to continue the last activity that we had last time. I hope you can, if you haven't submitted yet your activities, please submit them next week. Okay, so let's begin. Alright, so ready? Because I have all your notebooks, most of you use a paper, and by next week make sure to transfer them and check the Moodle class because I am going to give you another instruction on what to do before you join the live stream. Alright, so leaders out there calling for you, get the notebooks of your classmates, and so you have notebooks to be used during our live stream. Submission will be on every Tuesday, and you have to get them back every Thursday. All right, for the live streams every Friday and Monday. All right, let's begin. Activity 4. You are going to listen. I'm going to dictate to you some sentences, and you are going to identify whether the needed tense is simple past or present perfect. You just have to write SP for simple past if we need simple past in that sentence, or PP if we need a present perfect tense only in that particular sentence that I'm going to say to you this morning. Alright, so are you ready? Okay, let's go to number 1. Let's begin. Please label in your notebook activity 4. Last night, I lost or have lost my keys. I had to call my dad. What word do you think we needed in this sentence? Lost or have lost? Write SP or PP only. Number 2. I lost or have lost my keys. Can you help me look for them? Words are lost or have lost. Which do you think is needed in the sentence? Write your answers only, SP or P. Number 3. I have visited Paris 3 times. So what word do you think we need? Have visited or visited? Can you hear me? There are unnecessary noise around me, so I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, let's move to number 4. Last year, I visited or have visited Paris. Last year, I visited or have visited Paris. Which word do you think we need for this sentence? Next, number 5. I knew or have known my great-grandmother for a few years. She died when I was 8. Knew or have known. Which word do you think is needed in that sentence? What happened to my screen? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, there you go. Alright, so let's go to number 6. Thank you so much. Yes. Oh, this is listening, okay? The same as I told you before, that you have to prepare for the listening activity before I begin the next lesson. So we are now on number 6. You are just going to write SP or PP in your notebook if you think we need the simple past or present perfect in the sentence that I'm going to say. Okay. All right, let's move forward. Number 6. Oops. I have known or knew Julie for 3 years. We still meet once a month. I have known or knew Julie for 3 years. We still meet once a month. The words are have known or knew. Which do you think is needed in that sentence? Number 7. I have played or played hockey since I was a child. I'm pretty good. The words are have played and played. Which word is needed in that sentence? For those who are late, you can browse back the video. Okay. Number 8. She played or have played hockey at school, but she didn't like it. The words are played and have played. Which word we need for that sentence? Number 9. Sorry, I have missed the bus. I'm going to be late. The words are have missed and missed. Which one we need for that sentence? Last sentence, number 10. I missed or have missed the bus, then I missed or have missed the airplane as well. Okay, there are 2 options. Words are missed or have missed. Now, which one do you need on the first clause? I missed or have missed the bus. The second one, then I missed or have missed the airplane as well. Write 2 answers in this part. It should be in order. Alright, so let's move to the next topic. Alright, so please do not forget to write your name, your ID number, and your section number, as well as if you are going to give your answer later on for some questions, make sure you have your name, your ID number, so that I will be able to recognize you right away. So we have here the words for the day, words of wisdom. If you do not know how to ask the right question, you discover nothing, according do with words dimming. And I agree with that. Do you agree? The same thing if you say the opposite. If you do know how to ask the right question, you discover something. Of course, okay? There is nothing wrong with asking a question. Sometimes you learn something new, you will discover something really if you just ask questions. Okay? So for today, we are going to learn or relearn how to write correct questions and how to ask like a journalist. Do you know what a journalist is? Do you have any idea what a journalist is? Anyone? Quickly give me an idea about what a journalist is. What is journalist? What is journalist? Okay. It's a person, it's a noun. A noun who do what? What do the journalists do in their daily job or work? So they are people or refers to a person who collects, writes, or distributes news or other current information to the public. Or we've known them for live reporting. We say, oh, the reporters, all right, the reporters. Or if they are into writing, then they are the writers of news articles. Okay, like this one, the reporters, all right. Next, now, how do we ask like a journalist? That is our focus, or the focus of our topic for today. Now, there is a main or important element. You have to know, or we have to know, the correct form or type or kind of question to be asked to get a correct answer as well, and meaningful answers. So let's discover the two basic types of questions. Okay, so this is very famous to you. These are very famous to you. So first one, prepare yourselves because I'm going to ask questions, okay? I'm going to ask questions and I need you to write your answers on the chat box. Ready? First one, we have yes, no questions. They often begin with a verb to be, but can also begin with the auxiliary verbs such as do. And not only do, we also have. Okay, the do family, have family, and the be verbs. They are auxiliary verbs. And by the way, what is auxiliary verbs in other words? The easier term for auxiliary verbs. Do you know? I know you know, maybe you just forget, Okay, they are what kind of verbs? They usually go with the main verbs. So when there is main verb, we call it helping verbs. Okay, so remember that when I say or when I use the term helping verbs, it's the same with auxiliary verbs. Okay, they help the main verbs. So why do we use yes, no questions? What do you think? Because we need, or you want, a yes or no answer. Just to the record. Okay? Yes, no answer. That's why it is called yes, no questions. Because it needs a yes, or we want a yes or no answer, of course. Now, there are two. I'm going to give you the two form for this. For example, do you like vanilla ice cream? Okay, do you know vanilla ice cream? Type yes if you like vanilla ice cream, and no if not. For me, I don't like vanilla. Okay, the vanilla flavor. I love chocolate. Alright, so next one. Have you ever seen a ghost? I haven't, and I don't like to see one, That's scary. Have you ever seen a ghost? That's scary. I don't know if the person who's this one is lucky enough. All right, so in these questions, we have the do and have. Okay, so let's move forward. Now, forming yes/no questions and the post. Yes. Okay, forming yes/no questions, we have to consider the auxiliary verbs or the helping verbs. What are they? The be verbs, the do family, and the have family. Now, be verbs are are. Okay, just to remind you, do family we have do, does, and the past tense did. Have family we have, has, and the past tense had. Okay, plus the subject and plus the main verb. That's the basic element for the question, the yes/no questions. Okay, or the other one is it starts with modal verb plus subject plus main verb. Now let's go deeper into that. It's sending. I see the ghost. Now let me read some of your comments. I see the ghost when I stand in front of the mirror. So you mean you're a ghost? And they say you can't see them. How come you see them? You see yourself. So maybe you're not a ghost. Okay, you just look like one. All right. So durian ice cream. No, durian is not my favorite, but it said you like durian, so you like durian ice cream. Hello to durian fanatics. Let's move forward. Remember, there are two forms for yes/no questions. So first one, let's go with the be verb or auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Now, how does it look like? The food tastes okay. Does the food taste okay? All right, we have here a question that starts with the word does, plus the subject, the food, and the main verb taste. And of course, we have the word okay, which is added just to confirm. It's an adverb, added to confirm whether the listener agrees or not. So you need a yes, no answer here. Last time we studied about affirmative sentence, and we also have sentence like statement or questions, and we also have negative sentence or question. So how are we going to answer this? In a short way, you can say yes, it does, or you can say no, it doesn't. So that's how you answer it shortly. Next one. The second form, we have the modal verb plus the subject plus the main verb. Now, how does it look like? We have here an example. Could you help me with my homework? So it starts with the modal could. Let's see if this one. Oh, could. And then we have the subject, you, and help as our main verb. Now, what is the function of this? Well, they are words added to give more detail on what you are looking for, what you're trying to say, what are you asking about. Okay, so they are objects. In this case, could you help me with my homework? You can ask actually, could you help? But you can only ask that question if the listener knows what you're talking about. In this case, since I gave a detailed question, how could you help me with my homework? Meaning the listener doesn't have any idea yet what I am asking about. So I'm telling him, help me with my homework. You can answer in a short way, yes, sure. Or for negative, you say, no, sorry, I couldn't, I'm busy. Right? In a polite way. Now, this time, it's your turn. I wanted you to make 2 sentences. You have to drop your answers in the chat box and follow the form auxiliary verbs plus subject plus main verb. This is for your online recitation for today. And the second sentence, modal verb plus subject plus main verb. Now let me go back to the previous examples for just a quick one. Okay, let's see. This is the be verbs or do verb plus subject plus main verb. This is the example. Does the food taste okay? That is number one. Next, for the second sentence, I would like you to do a sentence with a form modal verb plus subject plus main verb, like this one here. I don't give homework. Okay, for live streaming, I will not give homework. Just make sure to be here and do the activities that I'm going to give you. For today, we still have 3, the activity 4 from the last time, and then I am going to give you activity 5, A and B for our session today. Just make sure you are in my live stream all the time, or else everything will be homework, of course. So drop 2 sentences using these 2 forms of yes/no question. If you can't make it now, probably later, if I'm done with my live stream, you can just still drop your answers for the preview. Next, let's go to the second type of question. We have the WH questions. Right. Starts with a question word. Hello. It starts with a question words. Who, what, when, why, or how. Yeah, I believe that you know them already. But let's still find how are we going to make them. Now, why? What is the reason why we use WH questions? Well, basically, we ask this type of question when we want different kinds of information. When you say different kinds of information, what does it mean? Okay, it means that we're not looking for a yes/no answer. We're looking for more like explanation. Why things happen, how this happened, the what and the where, and the who. Alright, so we're looking for another answer or different kinds of information in more detail. Next, for example, we say, what do you like about it? For example, a movie. You're watching a movie and then someone asks you, what do you like about it? What do you like about, I can think of right now, Frozen, Frozen 2. The one I was, amazed when I was in a cinema. So nice, I was so amazed by their cinematography. So what do you like about it? Next, how long you have been living there. So look at the pattern or look at the structure of the sentences. You can't answer this with a yes or no, right? We need answers that really, give explanation, detailed information to be able to give what is being asked. Next, for example, we are going to use the examples that I gave you a while ago. So let's analyze, each of them. Let's look at the form. So we have the what do you like about it? So we start with the question word, what, and then the auxiliary. What is our auxiliary here? We have the do. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have the subject, you, and the main verb. We have the main verb like. And we have additional information that gives a detail on what we are talking about, or yes, the topic, our topic for the conversation. So that's another adverb phrase. Now we have, again, question word, what, auxiliary, do. Remember the pattern or the structure, and then the subject, you, and the main verb, like. We always have this basic element of question for WH question. question word, auxiliary, subject, and the main verb. Alright, next, we have the next example. How long? Good morning. How long have you been living there? Okay, so how long have you been living there? We have here a phrase, later we will name them. Have, and then been living. Okay, so in this case, we have that here. And then in this case, what we are asking about, we're asking about time, duration of time, right? Okay, now let's analyze. Now we have a question phrase here, how long? When we ask about the duration of time, then we have an auxiliary, and then we have the subject you, and we have the main verb in living. Okay, so we have the adverb here as well. Same thing. Just to give additional information on what we are talking about. So how long have you been living there? We have 1, 2, auxiliary, 3, subject, 4, main verb. Still, we have 4 elements to complete this whole sentence here, whole meaningful sentence here. Now, please remember their structure. Question word, the auxiliary verb, the subject, and then the main verb. That is the usual pattern for a WH question. But it's not just that. We are just talking about this kind of form. But you will encounter outside our class, our 4 corner of the classroom, there are more kinds. Okay, so make sure you remember those patterns. So we have again question word, auxiliary, subject, and main verb. Now I wanted you to try your own sentence, question sentence using this following form. So again, I would like you to write or drop your sentences, 2 sentences with regards to WH questions, and later on I'm going to browse again and check your answers. Make sure you are following this pattern so you can have the correct form of the question sentence. But if you have an advanced knowledge, you can make another kind of question which still have these 4 elements that we will see who can make that complicated question. I'm going to give plus points for those who have advanced knowledge for this one. But for now, do this 2 pattern, question word, auxiliary, subject, main verb, or question phrase, auxiliary, subject, and main verb for WH question. Okay, just try. Do not be afraid to try. Just drop your answers there, and I'll be reading later. All right. So let me try to read some. Does that guy know he's a weirdo? Who are you? Should I be worried about that guy over there? Should you? How many homework are there? There's no homework here. How many homework do you have? Homeworks do you have? How do you do? I'm fine, thank you. All right, so hello to our 610, am I right? Okay, so let's move forward. Just continue on dropping your answers, all right? Okay, let's have more examples. I want you to go with me to this dialogue. I found this one online from www.pianizos, if I'm right, .com. Okay, so we have here a conversation. Probably this is a kind of you. I hope not. So his name is Chuck. Okay, Chuck is calling, or in this case, he's calling to his friend, and he says, "Hi JR, I was wondering if you could help me with one of tonight's homework questions." Probably JR answered like, "Which of the homework?" And then he asked, which one? Well, 1 through 24. So in this case, just let's try to analyze this dialogue. Probably this one of you or some of you, a few of you, do this thing. Like you wanted to do your homework, but you don't know what to do, so you ask the answers instead of asking how to do it, but he asks on what the answers are. Do you think it's right? Now let's go to our main goal for this example, for this dialogue. So let's try to extract the sentence or the question sentence. I'm sorry. Okay, we have the question sentence. If you could help me with one of tonight's homework questions. So in this case, we have another like structure, or say yes, structure, the formation of the words in the sentence. So we have here the if, the you, before the word could. Okay, let's go back to the yes/no question. Okay, the pattern that I gave you a while ago starts with the do family or auxiliary verb, and then this auxiliary verb or the modal verb. But this time, look at this one. We don't have auxiliary verb first, but we have the modal word here on the third position. So if you could help me, then we have the word help and then me. Now take a look at this. Let's try to analyze them. What is the if? The if is our conditional word. Let's see if the three elements or parts of the yes/no question are still there. So we have you as our subject, and we have could, our modal, and we have help, our main verb, and we also have the object, same thing. Yeah, there you go. Very similar to the first one, but we have the conditional word at the beginning that makes it different from our previous example, and our you now becomes the second in position instead of being on third. Yeah, third. But mind you, people, we can also make it this way. Could you help me with one of tonight's homework questions? But in this case, we have a different, quite different meaning to this one, okay? A different implication to your listener. So in the first one, it's like you're asking a favor, okay? You're asking a favor to someone to help you. On the second question, you say, could you help me? It's still asking a favor, but in what percentage? So lower percentage that the listener will say yes. Okay, for the first one, if you could help me, probably the one listening to you is a close friend of yours, so probably a higher percentage of saying yes, okay? Because you're close and you're asking a favor. But in the second sentence, could be a friend of you around your classroom. The of answering no is higher, okay? But both are correct, all right? In this case, JR and Chalk, they're close friends. Next, let's continue. Okay, so let's continue the dialogue. So now JR probably says no. Then Chalk called Grace. Hi, Grace. I asked JR for help with tonight's homework and he refused. Oh no. Grace answered. Chalk, that's awful. What do you need? And then Chalk says the answers. Of course. If you're kind enough, you're going to give all the answers. But if you are the best friend of Chalk, you probably refuse the same. Okay, same as JR. And probably you're gonna offer some help, how to understand the homework. That's a better idea, right? So let's go back to our main goal. Let's extract the sentence or the question sentence and the following. So we have what do you need? So is it answerable by yes or no? Absolutely no. So we have here the what, the do, you, and need. We only have 4 parts, right? Now let's see. What is a what? It's a question word. And the do is our auxiliary word. And we have the you as our subject and the main verb need. So in this case, the 4 parts or the elements of asking question, WH question is complete. See, you can do like 4 words only for a question word, and then you're gonna have a question, a sentence, a complete one, a meaningful one. Alright, so now this time, before I move to this one, let me remind you, this is related to your session 3. Yeah, if you happen to make this session, you will be giving me a correct answer for this one. So please type your answers as quick as you can. Number 1, arrange this sentence. Do about job, you, your, what, like. Let's see if you really read or do our session 3. Okay, so we have here the capital letter W, so it means that this word begins with the word what. So do the remaining scrambled words. Number 2, we have here interesting, the, what, most, place, ever visited, have you. Make it a meaningful sentence. It starts with the word what. Let's see who can make it to right. Later I'll be checking what group or what section has the most correct answers. So help each other. Just drop your answers. Number 3. Okay, let's go to number 3. A word for what's day, you at normal. It's not meaningful at all, teacher. So make it meaningful. The word or the sentence starts with the word what's. Complete and make a meaningful sentence. For number 3, drop your answer on the chat box. Alright, what do you like about your job? That's quick. Alright, number 4, do interesting people meet at work you? The sentence starts with a do. Okay, some of you can make it, so quick and drop there or make the sentence correct. What's the most interesting place have you ever visited? Okay, good one. Next, number 5, working you when relax your can. We have the word when, and we also have the modal can, but the sentence starts with can, not with a WH. Okay? Can, and do the rest. Alright, so that is our practice. Just 1 to 5. Now, next part, I wanted you to prepare yourselves because this starts our activity 5. I wanted you to get your notebooks or a piece of paper and listen, take note, listen to the audio that I'm going to play to you this time. And if you happen to miss this part, you can go to the Moodle classroom and I posted there the link, okay, for this activity, activity A. Listen to an audio and identify whether the following statements are true or false. So let me set it up first. Tell me if you can't hear, alright? I mean, the sound is not audible. Let's see. There you go. Alright. Are you ready? Please be ready. I hope this one works. And your listening activity starts now.
What do you like about your job? I like some elements of my job very much. When you're on holiday, you tend to only see certain parts of the country that are pretty, but being a travel journalist, you get to see other parts of the country you wouldn't normally get to visit. What's the most interesting place you have ever visited? I would say the most interesting place I've ever visited was Angola. It's somewhere I wouldn't normally go, but I found being there very exciting. What's a normal day for you at work? There is no normal day for me at work. Some days I might be scripting or editing or filming on location. Every day tends to be slightly different. interesting people. I meet some very interesting people. For example, only a month ago I was in South Africa at a town where they'd had problems with baboons inside people's homes. There was one man whose job it was to chase these baboons out of town, and to do this he had managed to perfectly imitate a baboon call. It worked very well. Do you ever feel scared? I very rarely feel scared on location, as we're very busy. We're too busy to feel scared. However, there have been some instances where we've been, for example, in the mountains with people we don't know very well, who've had a lot to drink, and we've had to leave in a hurry. Can you relax when you're working? I can very rarely relax when I'm working. When other people, maybe a nice long meal, I have to go back to my hotel room and make sure everything's okay for the next day, and to deal with all the pictures and video we've shot during that previous day. Is there anything bad about your job? While being on the road can be exciting and exhilarating, I am a new dad and I have a very young baby daughter at home. And not only do I miss her while I'm away for maybe a week, 2 weeks at a time, but I also feel very guilty that my partner has to take full responsibility for her. Do you have a dream job? Being a travel journalist isn't like being on holiday. It is a lot of hard work, and sometimes we can be working for maybe 14 or 15 hours at a time. However, you will get the odd occasion where you're somewhere very nice, somewhere by a beach or in the mountains with a nice view, and you're waiting for a cameraman or interviewee to turn up, and you can then have a look around and take in your surroundings, and at that time it does feel like you have a dream job, yes.
Okay, so that's it. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so let's go back to our activity. Let's see. Alright, so write true or false in your notebook. Write numbers 1 to 5. Just write the answers only. Number 1. Georgia is the most interesting place he has visited. True or false? Do not write it on the chat box. Please write it in your notebook. Next, number 2. Kate isn't very busy at work. Is it true or false? Please write your answer, true or false only. Number 3. Kate meets interesting people. Do not write your answers on the screen, please. Just write it in your notebook. Alright, number 3, Kate meets interesting people. Yes or true or false? Next. Number 4. Homesickness is the worst thing. Is it true or false? Is it mentioned in the audio presentation? True or false? Write your answers only. Next, number 5. The last one for this activity 5, letter A. He can't relax when he's working. True or false? And if you missed the audio presentation, you can watch them or listen to them once again to the link below, or you check the Moodle class. I posted it there, the link, so it would be easier for you to check on this activity. Next, let's go to activity 2, activity 5, letter B. Ready? In this part, you will be asking the help of your mom or your dad or someone in the family who works, who has a work. Ask your mom or dad using the following questions and write their answers in correct sentences. So for sure, they're going to answer you in Thai maybe, so it's your job to translate them in English and form them in a correct structure with a correct grammatical structure. Okay? So first question. Okay, I told you because you did not get your notebooks and you did not, probably you did not read my instruction or announcement of the Moodle class, in your Moodle class, so you are going to use your a piece of paper for the meantime, but make sure next week you're going to transfer them to your notebook and you have to submit them to me so I can check them and record the scores, okay? And for the record, to also check your attendance if you really are attending my live stream. So please write the answers in your notebook, answers for activity letter A, activity 5 letter A. And for this activity, you also have to do it and write the questions first. And later you can do this one with your parents, okay, your auntie, your uncle. I wanted you to ask them the question, what do you like about your job? Okay, if they answered you in Thai, you have to translate them and you have to write the meaningful sentence so that I will be able to understand. Okay? It's okay, your notebooks, they're at my office. Reminder for the leaders of each class, please get their notebooks. I checked that one Wednesday yesterday as well, but no one, I think only class 3, if I'm not mistaken, class 1 or class 3. The leader came to me and get your notebooks, but the rest, no one came. So next week, please get your notebook and transfer your activities, this activities to your notebook before you submit again. Now, what's the most interesting place you have ever visited? Please ask this question to your mom or your dad. Class 3 and 1, they submitted a bunch of papers from session 1 to 10. So I'll be checking your activities about this one, okay? So no need for you to do it. But if you haven't done this one yet, you have to do activity B in your notebook, okay? Next, number 3. What is normal day for you at work? What is normal day for you at work? So the feeling of your parents doing the work. Easy, chill. But you have to answer or make it a sentence, okay? A meaningful sentence. Don't just write a word or a phrase. Next, number 4. Do you meet interesting people at work? If you, this question needs a short answer, but if your mom or dad they give you many answers, you can include them too, to give details to their answer. Next, can you relax when you're working? Very familiar? Can you relax when you're working? So ask your mom or your dad if she or he can relax while they're working. And this one also needs a short answer, but if they explain more, then you can include their answers, their explanations as well, your follow-up information. All right, so there you go. All right, so that is all for our lesson. Very short, but I need your activity 4, activity 5, letter A and B on Tuesday. We still have our live stream on Monday, so I'm expecting the same number or more numbers next Monday. And also a reminder for everyone, please write your ID number in your notebook on the cover page because on the cover, the cover of your notebook, because when I checked the list, your class number, it does not, the class number is different from the name, your name. So it's safer if I'm going to get your ID number. So please do so. I can't read also Thai, so I don't know who are those people submitting their notebooks corresponding to the name lists. So I wanted you to write the complete data, okay, on the cover page of your notebook. Please be responsible, okay? We have already submitted. Yes, I told you for class, I think class 1 and class 3, you submitted already a bunch of paper in there, paper words, and if you already passed this activity, no need for you to do so. But many, okay, from the other class, they did not even see, or I don't know if they happen to see the Moodle class announcement and posts. So when is the due date exactly? Every Tuesday, okay, every Tuesday I'm going to collect the notebooks, okay, your notebooks. If you finish or if you're done with this activity, no need for you to do so. Those who submitted the sessions 1 to 10, okay? I just repeated this one for me to give a chance to other sections, other classes as well. When I need to send activity 4 and 5. On Tuesday, okay? Everything that we discussed this day, Friday, and on Monday, I should see them on Tuesday. So everything that I'm going to give every Friday and Monday, I will see them, I will check them on Monday. Do you understand? And leaders, please get all the notebooks every Thursday. So that will be our pattern for this online class. Got it? Is that clear? And please do not miss the announcement in your Moodle classroom because I am giving their instructions. I have instructions there before you join our live stream. Because some of you that they don't know what to do and keep on asking the same question. Alright, so that is all for today. See you next time. See you on Monday. Alright? So we get our notebooks back tomorrow and we hand in this activity on Tuesday. No need. You just get your notebooks on Tuesday. Get your notebook on Tuesday. Paste this activity because I assume that you're doing this one or you make this one on a piece of paper. So you're going to just paste it in your notebook and submit at the same time, the same day before you go home on Tuesday. So be responsible. Okay? We hand in this activity on Tuesday. Get your notebook on Tuesday. Paste this activity for an activity 5A and B, and then return the same day before you go home. Tuesday's holiday. You will be coming tomorrow. Okay, all the leaders, if you are listening today, I'm sorry, yes. Okay, it's holiday. Alright, so that will be the pattern. Now, since it's holiday, all the leaders, please get your notebooks tomorrow. If you will be here tomorrow, get it tomorrow. It's all done. It's just beside my table. Just get it and distribute it to your classmates, okay? And give them back on the next week, Tuesday. Because next week. Next week. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Not tomorrow, please. Whenever you can. Okay, whenever you can. If not tomorrow, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday probably next week. Wednesday. Can be? Okay, so Wednesday next week. Alright. So you have something to use on Thursday. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much. It's time already. Take rest and have a good long holiday, long weekend. Okay, bye-bye everyone. Just ask question via Gmail, okay? I have there my email in the Moodle classroom. All right, goodbye. Thursday can. You can submit it next week. Wednesday holiday also. Okay, Thursday can. Friday can. Make sure to submit your notebook Tuesday next week. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Okay, I think that is all for this time. Clear? Wait, what is wait? Okay, I will wait for 2 minutes. Let's see if there are more questions. And everyone, you can go out now, those who answered it or those who understand it clearly. Wednesday, we don't go to school. Yeah. Okay, you do it Thursday. Thursday or Friday can be up to you, leaders. Only the leaders, Leaders will go to the office and get the notebook.